What's up, everybody? Hello world, hello subscribers. This is the video I told you I was going to do last night. This is a recap on everything, and it's titled what it's titled, and I hope that grabbed your attention because it's the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's the truth. And I hope this video truly wakes some people up, because that's what it's titled, is Wake Up World. So I'm going to go ahead and ask my 3 things like I do in my other videos, and I'm going to jump right into this. Okay, and before I begin here, if you think I'm wrong by any means, or what I read to you is not happening, or hasn't happened, or will happen, comment below. Tell me why that is. But people, I deal in facts. I tell you what's going on in the world, and I give my thoughts on it, and I back it up by a source that it was told it would happen. So don't click off of this. That's the number 1 thing I ask. Second, share my videos. It's titled Wake Up World for a reason. I need your help doing so. Third, check me out on Facebook. That's where all my videos will be posted. I put the link below. I'm going to go and get started. I'm going to break this open. I'm going to tell you, I'm a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, the Savior of us all. And what is going on right now, whether you want to believe it or not, it is the truth. And I have proof of that. That we are in the days of the return of Christ. The biblical end days. And I'm not trying to scare people. I'm trying to get you to wake up and truly see what's going on. Because if I didn't do this, there'd be more people lost. And there's other people doing this, like these videos. Other people are doing them too. People, this is no joke. This is happening. It is real. Very much real. Even though it's crazy to believe, it's happening. Now check this out. I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go right down my list. Now, have you guys all heard about, the fish, deer, basically beasts of the fields, birds of the sky just dying unexplainably? Scientists can't explain it. I mean, birds just literally dove down into a Walmart parking lot or into highways. Fish are swimming onto the shores and dying unexplainably. There's no disease found within them. Prophesized. Check this out in the book of Hosea. Let me get to there real quick. Chapter 4, Hosea chapter 4. Verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away. Okay. Over probably 50 events of what I just read to you has happened in the past 2.5 years. In the numbers of thousands, or of hundreds and thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands. I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a lot of events. Go check them out. Alright? Now, earthquakes are happening more and more and more. People have their thoughts on that. But the Bible prophesies it was going to happen in these days. Check this out. In the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 6. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once, it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens, and the earth, and the sea, and the dry land. I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay, I'm not done there. I'm going to go to Luke. Sorry, people. All right, we go. Luke chapter 21, verses 26. Actually, no, I'm going to go from 25 because this is happening too. And this is titled, The Coming of the Son of Man. Jesus. 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, the moons, and the stars. Well, let me tell you something, people. We're going to have massive solar storms this year. It was told on the 3rd of January. The moon and the stars, there's going to be a comet called Aimee. that's going to enter our atmosphere in the fall of this year. And it's going to be brighter than any star and even the moon. But you know what's interesting about that? It'll be as bright or brighter since way, way back. What I'm talking about, people, is when Christ was born. Okay, going on here. And upon the earth distress of all nations, of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, and men's hearts failing them, for fear, for looking up after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Earthquakes. Okay, again, people, you got to forgive me with this. I'm doing my best here. I got a lot to go over. I got other ones, but I'm going to get to that later. The Nile drying up, prophesied. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 5, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and the flags shall wither. Go look. The Nile is drying up in Egypt. Now this is one that's just absolutely, people have their thoughts on it, but people, it was prophesied. Water turning blood red. There's over probably 9 events of that. And this is going to be in Revelation 16, verse 3. Almost there. Bear with me, bear with me. All right, here we go. Revelation. This is titled The Vials of Wrath. Verse 3. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out its vial upon the rivers and the mountains of the fountains of the water, and they became blood. Over 9 events in the past 2.5 years. A body of water turned blood red. Now this one, you can believe what you want, okay? But this was caught on live TV. Revelation 6, verse 8. And I look, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And the power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. Famine, Hosea prophecy. Okay? With the sword. I mean, people, that was captured on live TV last year. Now this one blew me away, because in Revelation chapter 8, it's titled The 7th Seal. Well, this whole thing, what I'm about to read to you, is almost everything that I about read to you. Check this out. Chapter 8, verse 5. And the angel took a censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it onto the earth. And there were voices and thundering and lightning on the earth. And thundering and lightning in an earthquake yet again. But people, were voices last year. I'm gonna go ahead and play something for you, all right? Bear with me. I'm gonna pick this up real quick. I watched Paul Begley. All right. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't really matter. I just want you to listen. Last year, the whole earth heard sounds. And what Paul Begley did is somebody sent him a condensed version of this, playing in sequence. Listen. People, you get the picture with that, right? You get the picture with that. Now let me read this next verse to you. This is what blew me away, because this is exactly what I believe happened that day. Going to verse 6. And the 7 angels which had 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. What that sounded like, exactly what Paul Bagley says in that video, it sounds like they're tuning up to play. The 4 corners of heaven. And again, I'll read it. And the 7 angels which had 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Going on to verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood. India and Sri Lanka had blood red rain. And they were cast upon the earth, and a third part of the trees were burnt up, and all the green grass was burnt up, the drought. And the second angel sounded, and it were as a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and a third part of the water of the sea became blood. Go look at what happened in one of the rivers in China, completely blood red. Okay, going down to verse 10 here. And the third angel sound, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and fell upon the third part of the waters, and upon the fountains of waters. That hasn't happened yet, but people just prophesied. We're having comets, as it said, the sun, the moon, and the stars, people. We're having comets whiz by our planet more and more. Sun, the moon, and the stars. The burning lamp coming onto the earth. Now, this is the part I wanted to get you guys out. Again, there was an earthquake in Chile. There was an earthquake in Chile today, or yesterday. It was a 6.8. In Alaska, it had the third one in about 2.5 weeks. It was a 6.0. In Santa Cruz, a 6.2. Now, the most important part of this, people, is what's going on with Israel. Because if you want to know where we are in the days of the return of Christ and how close we are to the rapture, the 7-year peace treaty being signed has a 50% chance this year. The EU wants it done by March. But what happened 2 days ago as of now? Israel went and attacked Damascus because they had a nuclear power plant, and they're ready to rise and destroy Jerusalem. Jerusalem is literally surrounded right now. Let me read some stuff to you real quick, because this right here, it says in the book of Isaiah, chapter 17, it talks about Damascus being destroyed. The burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. That's happening. Alright, now this right here is in the book of Zechariah, chapter 12. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth the fourth of the heavens, layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of the man within. Behold, I make Jerusalem a cup of trembling, surrounded. Unto all the people round about, they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day I will make Jerusalem a burdensome of stone. Nothing will stand against Jerusalem. Literally, this day is about to happen because Russia is about to retaliate because their comrade Damascus was attacked by Israel, even though they're being surrounded and they're defending themselves. People, when you see Jerusalem attacked in Israel, you will literally see the power of God, because nothing will be able to come against Jerusalem. Listen, burdensome of stone for all people that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces through all the people of the earth be gathered against it. What I just tell you. That's just a short version, people. The thing that I think that's going to happen is one or two things. We're going to have a massive quake as we're entering the 188th day cycle. Either that or the battle of Gog and Magog is about to commence. People, the Lord is returning. Give your life to Christ. This what's happening is because of His love, His promise to us that He would one day return and Satan would be destroyed. The Antichrist is about to rise, people. The New World Order is in the making and soon to rise. God bless you all. Share my videos and pray for Israel.